Hello everyone, thank you so much for inquiring about my martial arts school. I'm going to tell you all about the VIP offer I got at the moment, but I thought, you know what, I'll shoot a little video and give you a tour of the school so you know what to look forward to when you come on down. So when you come in, this is our parent seating area here, and straight away as you come in, you will realize you're going to be greeted with banners like this all around the room, talking about what kind of school we are. So what's this first one saying? Leadership is communicating the worth and potential of people so clearly that they are inspired to see it in themselves. This is what my school is all about. I help people understand how great they are, and I do that uniquely through changing of paradigms, which is all the way over here. You'll see on this wall we have 5 paradigms, which is the 5 things we are going to help your child learn, and then I'll talk about what that circle banner is there. So first of all, we have this one here, the paradigm of leadership. Everyone can be a leader. So let me just tell what I mean by the paradigm. Is you might think kids are too young to learn things about paradigm, and maybe you want your child to have a better attitude or better listening skills and stuff like that. Whatever it is, it's so important. Of course, that is important. That is our job. That's what we're going to try to work. But before we do any of that, a change of paradigm, or how we see the world, or how the child sees the world, or more importantly, how they see themselves in the world, is so much more powerful than a change of attitude. Let me give you an example. If I were driving from, we're in Gloucester now, right? So if I was driving from Gloucester and I wanted to go to Devon, I got on the M5 and I started traveling north, I would end up not in sunny Exmouth, but of course down in Scotland. And no matter how great my attitude was, as long as I keep heading north, as long as I keep going that way, it doesn't matter if I feel good about it, feel good about myself, I have a great attitude, I'm still going to end up in the wrong place. So starting with attitude is sometimes where we make a mistake. We got to make sure we understand where the child sees themselves, where they are now, but more importantly, where they want to be. Now, where they want to be in a year's time, 2 years' time, 10 years' time, 20 years' time, or whatever it would be, that's what we focus on. That's what we want it to be. Now, let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say a child wants to have better listening skills. Most of the time, they know if they're a good listener or not, right? So they're not very good at listening. They know it. When you gonna, so little Johnny, when you gonna be better at listening? Oh, I don't know, next week, next month, or later on. You know, kids are gonna say whatever answer they want to say. But we know that's not gonna happen. We need to change, or I help them change their paradigm. I want them to see themselves as a leader from the moment they step in this school, and I see them as a leader. So important. It's the martial arts is the key to all this. The martial arts, the kicking and punching, they're going to come for the kicking and punching, you know, that's what they want to come for. But if I can get them to understand learning the kicking and punching to become a martial artist, you got to be a certain way, and the certain way is being a leader, and the first person they got to lead is themselves. So the paradigm of leadership is where we start. I get them to understand everyone can be a leader because the first person they gotta lead is themselves. Next, we move up to their potential. Sometimes kids don't think they'll be very good at whatever they're trying to be very good at, right? Maybe they won't try to win at certain things or whatever it is. I let them know that all I see is a genius in front of me. Now, we don't know what that is yet. It may be schoolwork, it may be football, it may be rugby, it may be martial arts. We want it as being a leader, and eventually that's where I want them to, that's what I want them to say back to me. I think I'm going to be brilliant at being a leader, and of course it's leading themselves. You know, that's where I'm getting to. Leading other people for sure after, but to start with ourselves. Which brings us to this one, paradigm of change. Change starts with me. We play games about this stuff, right? It's not just me saying, look at this board and we're talking about change starts with me. We're gonna play martial art games which will reiterate the messages which are on the banners all around this dojo. After that one, we have the paradigm of motivation. Empower students to lead their own learning. So yes, I'm going to lead the class, or my instructor, myself, we're going to lead the class, right? So we're going to get people in, show them the movements, but then they will take over. They then start teaching themselves and teaching other people, which other people, by the way, could be you as parents, right? They might be showing you how to do a front kick, a reverse punch, or whatever else. But more importantly is turning them into leaders of self. You know, they are the ones. Motivation sometimes, or when it starts, will come from external things, right? But eventually, I want the motivation to come from themselves, which is so much more powerful. And the last one here, paradigm of education. Educators and families partner to develop the whole person. So it's not just the child coming here and training and I say bye-bye and that's it. You guys are gonna communicate with me how things are going. Because I guarantee they'll be great here with me. You know, with me, they will say the right things, they will do the right things. But if they're still not listening at home or still not having a great attitude outside of the academy, well, I've done a very poor job. It's still not right. So my job is to partner with you guys to make sure to help turn your child into the leader I know they can be. So this one here, we call the maturity continuum. All this material has come from a program called The Leader in Me, which is the life skills program that we teach in the school. And that has come from a book which was done by a gentleman called Stephen Covey, which is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. What's so great is, now that is an adult personal development book, right? Still rated #1, one of the best-selling books ever on personal development. What they've done is done it for children now. And that's where all this stuff is for. Like, for example, these are the characters of the 7 habits of happy kids. We have little puppets, right? Because the kids start from 3 years old here. So we have a 3-year-old class and a 4 to 6-year-old class, lots of different age classes. Like the 16-year-olds ain't gonna want to play with these, right? But yeah, you know, the younger ones do. But this maturity continuum, what is it? Well, we got 3 different parts here. We got dependence, independence, and interdependence. Now, everybody starts off on here, okay? So we're assuming your child is dependent on you, of course, everybody is. And everybody's a little bit dependent on some people, but what we want to try to get is people from this level here up to being independent. So up to the independence level. And we call this course Private Victory. So whilst your kids are kicking, punching, blocking, running, having fun, getting exercise, we are turning them into martial artists. And once they understand, oh, I'm becoming a martial artist, they will know they're going to learn how to be proactive. This is the first level of understanding private victory. So this one is so great for children to understand because it helps them with making better decisions. If your child flies off the handle now and again, they don't quite know how to handle their emotions, that is what habit 1 is all about. It's getting them to understand they're in charge of their decisions, and our job is to help them make the best decisions, like change their, let's say, principles of speaking nice, listening good, saying your please and thank yous. We know that's the right thing to do, right? But we gotta go deeper than that. If we can get them to understand that if someone talks, if someone like offends them or they're getting frustrated over something, if we can get them to breathe, to pause before they respond, that's what this habit is all about, being proactive. So we play games with the kids in class about that, but there's a message with all of them, okay? So that's that one there. The next one, habit 2, is begin with the end in mind. So this is the goal setting module. And if you guys aren't used to setting goals as adults, come on now, we got to start doing that right. This is a great thing about the school. It's not just getting the kids to understand personal development. Parents, you can't help but learn it because you'll be listening to what I'm saying to the kids and you'll be sharing the information with them and asking them to teach you this stuff at home. Because if the kids can teach it, they will learn it. They will feel so powerful in themselves. So begin with the end in mind is the goal setting module, which is, like I said, all about the kids setting goals. And one of the first goals we're going to set is understanding that they can be a leader. Then we move on to this one, habit 3. So that's all very well as saying that, begin with the end in mind, but we got to put first things first. We got to understand the important things should always be first. Sometimes we put things like things that are not so important, maybe things like video games, or playing is important, right? Of course it is, but playing endlessly is no good for us, right? We got to make sure, let's work first, then play. That's what habit 3 is all about, putting first things first. I have a lot of fun with the kids in class, like as we go around, we have a smart board. The kids are going to take home different things in the lessons. It's not homework, it's just reiterating the message that has been sent or that has been taught in that lesson. And as you guys are sat over there in the parents viewing area, you will become the coach yourself. You will get used to the language that I use, using the habits all the time. You will get used to it because you're going to say it at home. You will change. Listen, you guys will have a little bit of a paradigm shift to think, you know what? This little child of mine who is you love so much, and they're the ones, we want the best for them. But you are going to become a martial arts coach. You are going to see them change so much that you may think, oh my God, you may have a child that is great at the moment. That is absolutely perfect. No problem at all. But of course, if they're great at the moment, we can make them even better. This personal development course journey that they are going to go on just is incredible. It's fun. If anything that I said sort of makes sense, you think, well, that sounds a bit interesting, right? It's more than just the kicking and punching. By the way, the kids come for the kicking and punching, right? Don't get me wrong. They're going to love doing the kicks, the flying kicks, the learning how to do all these things. They're going to get their health better. Fitness is a big part of life, of course. We've got to make sure all these things are done. So they're going to come for that. But the message that they're going to retain in the lesson on how to be a great martial artist, well, they got to become a leader of self. And if we can turn them into a leader of self, that will help them with all other things. You see how it all works out? But don't take my word for it. Come down, witness the class, and let your child have a little go with me. We're doing a private sessions at the moment. I put all new times on our calendar at the moment just for new people. So if they are available, book them while you can. The cost is normally £55 to actually do this private session. At the moment, it's just £9.95. Crazy, right? It includes a private lesson, a group class lesson, and all the kids, as long as they perform, as long as they try their hardest with me, right? There's a few things they got to do. They can earn a medal, which we call it our Champions Medal. It's got a blue ninja on there, so they're going to really enjoy doing that. It's quite a big medal as well, not a little one. Even things like that. End of every term, the kids go for their belts, their martial art belts, right? They're going to go for that. But if they want the medal at the end of every term, they must have learned the life skill that we've been teaching that term. This term example, we're on be proactive. So a lot of the conversation in the school is all about being proactive, which helps them become leaders themselves. So that's how they earn that medal. So not only are they going to get a martial arts reward, which is great, nothing wrong with that, but I'm more interested in them earning the medal. And what do you think the kids want to earn, right? The kids want to earn the medal as well. They just don't want the belt. So come on down, book the session, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the class. Bye-bye now.